So yeah, welcome to what is probably a terrible idea for a video, and it will probably be not uploadable, but I'll upload it anyway, so apologies for that. I've never done this before, but the idea is it'd be nice to do something to go with mob rules. So this is not a how to play mob rules, this is how I play mob rules, ideas for how to play mob rules. You'll notice this is an 8-string, and a lot of it is about tuning, because mob rules is semitone flat, but obviously most people do not have their guitars tuned semitone flat. Metal fans will be confused and think surely everybody has their guitars tuned flat, and semitone is like the highest, but not in normal guitar land, it's not. And obviously with an 8-string you can just go down one with varying degrees of success, and that's what I want to talk about. Hopefully it's interesting. It's just how I play it. It's not how it's played, it's just how I play it. So yeah, first of all, turn up the night. This is a funny one because a lot of it's played in the F position, but it is definitely tuned flat because the lead parts are in the D position, whereas in actual fact they're C sharp. So in the opening little thing that is played in the F position, as a general rule, you avoid open strings unless you're doing something bluesy. So I'll actually do it on the next note down. So I actually do a little bit of a, and that, you know, on the verses you can do a bit of or whatever to make it more meatloaf. So in normal tuning you're pulling off C, so you're going onto the D. We can't do that because it's in the wrong tuning, so I've got to do something like this. And you'll notice I'm pulling off the B and actually changing the notes there. I do that in the next song as well, but it just sounds alright. So it's you know, it's onto the C sharp. The verses are strange because you're doing your, but you're also doing onto D, onto the A. So it's quite a strange song really. The Nighttime Sorrows vocal bit and the solo, most of the solo-y stuff, in fact probably all of the solo, no, most of the solo-y stuff is your remember, lots of vibrato on Tony Iommi riffs, obviously. You need that gentle touch that he does. You don't want to be doing metal or fully muted. You've got to have that lightness of touch of the muteness to make it more Iommi-like. So that's Turn Up the Night. Next song is Voodoo, which is quite simple. For years I've played it like this. Okay. So again, it's really derived from the same place. So you know the way Tony Iommi is playing it as it's down tuned. We're in A, but we're actually not in A. We're in G sharp. Again, you're doing this little hammer off on pull off thing. So you're doing it. I'm not sure how much of hammer-ons and pull-offs you do, whether you're going to go full ring that neck or not, I'm not sure. But that's the way I've always played it, is, you know. Notice a couple of things there. One is obviously the muted bit that obviously need a bit of Metallica. But notice when I'm coming back down, on that note, I'm actually not using the root note. I'm just playing the fourth with my little finger with loads of vibrato. That's kind of not very Iommi, but seems to make sense to me at the end of the note, at the end of the riff. Kind of stuff. Okay, so Sign of the Southern Cross, of course. Yes, it is that simple. I'll assume most people will play it with these two fingers. Just thinking about that, doesn't sound right. There we go. extremely simple E open string traditional stuff, but we're a semitone flat, so we've got to be doing this. So it might take you a while to find the notes, but as long as you know to start on F sharp and then just play a third and keep your first finger clamped, it'll kind of fit into place. Yeah, and the second bit you've got to move your third finger to the next string up, but remember to skip a string as you go down because you're going to go. And remember, in the end, you've also got to play the. So there's a little bit of practice in moving between those two. Clearly I need a bit of practice on that, actually, it turns out. But it's actually not difficult, it's one of those things you just practice and you learn it. Which is going to bring us to the riff, of course. So, you know, back in the day I would just go in the E position with my guitar tuned flat, which I just spent the last 20 minutes doing. Maybe if you've got a more expensive guitar, that's less of an issue, I don't know. This is only a cheap A string. But obviously we're down here. I like to do a bit of a Metallica, but remember this is not Metallica, so you don't want it too tight. You want it nice and loose and chugging and dirgy. So it's and sliding around and stuff as well. You've got obviously during the verses. I'm trying to think. You've got an effect on there, maybe a chorus and a delay. So there's maybe some harmonics in there as well. I can't really get that now, but you get the idea. Yeah. So the solo, obviously, in the original, it's played in the E position. But we're not doing that, so we've got to do a. Now, as there's so much vibrato, it's a bit naughty to use an open string there, which I normally do it. So you probably should go down a string. It probably should be. So obviously the solo itself is going to be played in A flat. You can pretty much go anywhere with that, but I think it's best to keep it simple and not go too mad, not too many notes. Don't go widdly, I think, with that one. You really need to emphasise the power of the notes and all that stuff. Which brings us on to E5 150. I don't know if anyone would even expect me to do this. I mean, I use a plectrum. I use these weird plectrums. Okay, these are heavy, massive, triangular things. They're sort of the anti-thrash of plectrums. That's the secret of thick tones. Which also means I can use the side of the plectrum and the delay to make a sound effect. So this is just a normal delay and a little bit of chorus. And all I'm doing, I'm rubbing that side of it onto the very top of the strings. And eventually, it will start to sound familiar. And use the obligatory slide, which is probably easier. You need to keep things muted, but eventually I will go over here and do a sort of a eventually you can do your probably best to turn off the effect actually. for the twiddly bit, you can do different things. Higher is better. With the delay going, I do a sort of a kind of a frip thing really that is quite different. But if you play around with it, you can get something very, very similar. I can't remember the actual notes, but this kind of thing. And if you can transition straight into the next song, you're away. Yeah. So obviously, Mob Rule's I think one of Tony Iommi's best riffs in the way he's really channeling a blues tradition, you know. So obviously you're actually using open strings, and you're even using those, you know, fourth and fifth strings hammering onto the fourth string, and then straight down to, you know, the nice bended G. And obviously it's all about that top note, so if you miss that one out, it won't sound good, it'll sound bad. You don't want da da da, you need the da 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 da. Now, yeah, so obviously I can't do that because I'm not in the right tuning, and you can down tune it. I think I'm just not that good with my little finger, so I sort of jump across. It's very difficult to get it to sound right. You know, if you're going to be playing it in a band or something, then you'd sit down and practice it. But as it is, it's not going to sound great. And obviously those blues things come across a bit strange with the lower strings, where you're really not meant to bend them that much. Also don't forget to reference in the solo. Next song is Country Girl. Yeah, Country Girl. Well, it's just that riff in normal tuning. Very, very run-of-the-mill Iommi stuff. It's you know, it's not that far from Electric Funeral and various other things, but obviously because it's down tuned, you're going to be playing it there, you're going to be playing it one lower. And whether it's better to use lower strings, I'm not sure, but I would probably not with that one. Next we have Slipping Away. Now this one, I play this all in fourths, and I'm pretty sure that's what Iommi was doing. I suspect people will try and do a thing in fifth. It's very hard to make it sound good. I don't think it sounds right. I do think the traditional way you're just, you know, pulling the strings off. Those little variations that, and is it the, oh yeah, you can't remember these things. You have lots of fun in the solo, obviously, stuff, and of course the bass, the string, you can do all of these things. Next, Falling Off the Edge of the World. Now, this is a great one, and you know, anyone who thinks that Sabbath's a bit dumb and too simple to be good for your playing kind of thing, this is a great example actually. It's learning some great Sabbath technique, but also just some good practice on your fingers actually. Obviously the intro, you've got something very, very similar to Megalomania. And again, obviously we can't do that because we're in the wrong tuning, so you've got to go right across like this. So again, needs a bit of practice. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think you're best off staying in this position for the first two notes. So. Obviously you can have a lot of fun with that heavy intro bit. It's all those same notes again, obviously. But yeah, the riff, man. This is a great bit of Iommi technique. How to play like Iommi, learn this song. There's some heavy vibrato. You should never ever have a full pinched note. None of that. Don't go. None of that. None of that. It's got to be like Tony Iommi does it. It's subtle. It's that light touch. But you've got to do crazy. And again, lots of fun with the solo. You can do some fast picking, which leaves Over and Over. I think the only one that wasn't played live, interestingly. I think all to say about this, obviously it's an incredibly simple riff. Is use that, what, you know, I only will be using the open string. He'd be going. So we should be doing the same thing, so you know. Although I was using far too much vibrato there, so you've got to be really careful of that, obviously, because you're going down a string, you're likely to pull it a bit. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this random video. It might be pointless, but don't mind. See you next week.